A topic that is often brought up in my world as a professional medium is what happens when we die. Every single session begins with a confirmation that loved ones have transitioned to the light, that they are safe and they are at peace in the afterlife. And if you're new here, please give me a like and a follow for more. I have seen and communicated with spirit my entire life. I called them the see-through people as a little girl. So I connect with crossover loved ones, fur babies, spirit guides, and angels. So when the soul leaves the physical body, there are three possibilities as to what will happen. And this is based on the work of Dolores Cannon. Dolores Cannon was a beautiful, beautiful spiritual teacher. So I highly recommend, if you are feeling guided, to have a look at her work. She was beautifully, beautifully gifted. So number one, when the soul leaves the physical body, the soul transitions back to the light, the hereafter, heaven, whatever that looks like for you. I do a lot of hospice work, and so I'm in the room at that exact moment when someone takes their last breath, when the soul leaves the physical body, and the souls are greeted by angels and other loved ones who have already transitioned. So they are greeted and they are guided back to the light. That's number one. That is the majority of the time. Okay. The second thing that possibly happens, and this doesn't happen very often, is that the soul leaves the physical body, and for whatever reason, that soul does not choose to go to the light. This is like the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, Whoopi Goldberg. The character Sam is shot, and he doesn't go to the light. So that's another whole video as to why souls don't go to the light. So he became earthbound, and that is what we refer to as a ghost. So that doesn't happen very often, and I always reassure people when they book in with me that their loved ones are at peace on the other side. So if you ever hear anyone telling you that your loved one is stuck and they're in pain and they're hurt and they're struggling and they're trying to get into their body, please be aware that that is not true. That is not really what's happened. When a soul becomes earthbound, they are lost. They're not sure what's happening. There is confusion, but they always find a way to get back to the light. I do so much work with assisting souls back to the light. So just know that that doesn't happen very often, and that if it does, that those souls are guided, that they do make it back to the light. And the third thing that can possibly happen when a soul leaves their physical body is they go into a separate space on the other side. So I'm not really sure what to call it, but over the years, I have channeled the souls who, while they were in the physical, perhaps took other people's lives. They did things that were not loving and kind. And so what I've seen in my career that spans over 20 years now is that those souls are in a different area from where our loved ones are. We can still access those souls, but those souls need a little bit more time to understand the karma that was created by their choices, to continue to learn and grow and evolve. Because you see, from a spiritual perspective, our souls are eternal. So my son Jack lives in spirit. His soul is eternal. He continues to grow and learn and evolve on the other side. So just know that when your loved one transitions from their physical body, that they are at peace, they are on the other side, that they're greeted by other loved ones who have already transitioned, and that they are still very much a part of your world. You see, even though they no longer have their physical body, they are 100% alive in spirit. And so drop me a comment below. If there is some confusion, if you have questions, if you have thoughts around this, I would love to hear it.